So step 3 is a, step 11 is a creation of the DME tree. Okay, so DME tree code is a DMEE. So this is a DME tree code. So first I will explain what is a DME tree and how we are going to create the DME tree. So already we have discussed, already in earlier class we have discussed, suppose one vendor invoice is there. So vendor invoice is for the 1 lakh rupees. Once if you done the payment for 1 lakh rupee through APP, system will download one format. What is that format? Suppose this vendor name is a Maha. So automatically, once if you run the APP for this vendor invoices, system will download one format. That format is first one is the who is the vendor. Maha is my vendor. And what is the Maha account number? Account number. Next to what is a Maha IFSC code? IFSC. What is the invoice amount? Invoice amount is a 1 lakh. So what is the invoice currency? So currency is the INR. So what is the type of the transaction? It's a NEFT or as RTGS. So system, once if you run the APP for this invoice, system automatically system will download this much of information, this information. So this is a bank format. First, what bank will do? Suppose I am using HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank will give one format to our company. Based on the HDFC format, I am going to do the configurations in DME tree. Okay, in DME tree, I will arrange the data like this. First, system has to print vendor. Next, system has to print account number. Next, system has to print IFSC. Why I am using this format? Because this is a bank format. So what I will do, suppose this is one vendor invoice. So after downloading this invoice, I will send this format to the bank. Based on this format, bank will do the payment. Here you can see that you are going to display complete information: vendor account number, vendor IFSC code, how much we have to pay to the vendor, and what is the mode of the payment. It's a NEFT or RTGS. So now DME tree means bank will give the format, in we have to arrange the data in that format. So that is a DME tree. Now system will generate this data. If system want to generate this data, first backend we have to give some configuration. We have to arrange the data. First vendor should display, next account number has to be displayed, next IFSC code has to be displayed. So these arrangements we are going to do in DME tree. Is this clear, guys? Hope you understand what is a DME tree.
Yes.
Okay. So first I will give an output format you can understand here. Okay, so today I'm running the program, today's date, and what is my company code. This is the, so along with this data, so I'm going to add few more details. Suppose 53 is a random number. So first I'm going to display it is a NEFT transactions. Next one is a 56253. It's a vendor account number. This is a vendor IFSC code, invoice, INR. That's it. This much data is enough. Okay. So So this is that output format. Once if you run that app, system will download this information. So what is the 53 is the starting invoice number. If you have four invoice number, 53, 54, 55, 56 will come. Okay. So what is the kind of the transaction? Whether bank has to do NEFT transaction or RTGS. Okay. So next one is the what is the vendor number, vendor IFSC code, and vendor account number also we have to display. Account number, vendor invoice, what is the currency. So this is the data. Okay, so for this data, we are going to arrange in DME tree. So that is a DME format. So first I will give the DME format. So next I will do the configurations. So here we have the two things are we will divide the data into two parts. One is the header part and second one is the transactional part. So header part is we are going to display what is the date and company code. Transactional part is what is the invoice details. Okay, so we will divide the data into two parts, header part and transactional part. So header level. First I will type the data in Excel, then I will do copy paste. Yes, this DME is a very important. In so many interviews, they will ask what is a DME. So you should remember what. At least you should know the process. So mostly company only will provide the DME tree structure. So you no need to remember this one. So this is the header level. You can say there is a two levels are the header level, transactional level. In header level, so I'm going to display basic my company own information. Suppose I want to display day, company code, suppose bank reference. These three details I want to display it as in header. Okay, next one is a structure and the field name. Structure and field name means in SAP you remember, I think everyone remember it, all data information will be stored in the different tables. The same way in BME also we have only two structures are there, FPAYH and FPAYHX. So there is a multiple fields are there. So for each and every node means values. So for each and every value there is a separate structure and field name is there. Actually, company will only provide the structures and field names. You no need to remember this information. Okay. First, I will type the data. Then later I will show you how to get this information. So length I am taking assume 10 characters, 4 characters, 24 characters. You know, right? 4 characters means the company code should be only 4 characters. It should not exceed it. So node value means this is like a format. So date format is a DD, MM. Company code example you can give as a IN company code. Bank reference, just give any number. So node values are just like example. This kind of output we are going to print. This is a first level. So the second one is a transactional level. Header level, we are going to give our company details. Transaction level means first bank will give the format. Based on bank format, we are going to arrange the data. What kind of information you are going to display? Okay, so I will take few. I mean, there is a standard process. Is the most of the banks will follow the same process only, but it will different sometimes. First, sequence number. Sequence number means like an invoice. So it will take any kind of random number. Suppose 24 it will start. 24 for the first invoice, 25 for the second invoice, like that. So first I'm going to display sequence number. Next, I'm going to display payment type. Payment type means invoice is the NEFT invoice or else RTGS invoice. Next, I'm going to display house bank. It is a my house bank. I'm going to display bank ID. So these are the standard formats I am going to print as my output. Once if I execute the APP, I am going to display all these fields in one format. Guys, you are understanding, right? This one. Hello,
Yeah, yeah.
guys. This is a little different, but you can understand. This is nothing new. It's normal only. So
Yes, for sure.
so who given this format, guys? Why I am
Bank bank
So
will give the
bank
format.
will only given the format because in case the sequence number is the first, in case if you type the sequence number in the third place, it will change the format. So once if you send the bank, it will if you send the format to the bank, so bank cannot process this data because it will throw the error. Always sequence number is the first, payment bank type, house bank. This is a sequence. It is given by the bank only. Okay, so you should keep this point. So sequence number, I will type this one.
Vishnu, in the sequence number there is alphabets like F, P, A, Y. All those are standards, or we can give any kind of variants.
Sequence number I'm giving is a number. I'm selecting is a LFDNR. LFDNR is a number.
No, no,
It's
no.
a.
F, P, A, Y, H. That is what is
I
that?
will show you. I will show you what is this
Okay.
LPAYS and what is this LUFD. I will show you. Okay.
Vishnu, can you add mobile number and email ID?
Where you want to add?
Yeah, below the amount.
Yeah, you can add multiple fields. But mobile number, bank will not, I mean, you should not provide that mobile details with the bank, right? It's a confidential information. So you should not provide
Okay.
that kind of data.
Actually, in my company, we are using Kotak Bank.
Okay.
So in that, we can give the mobile number as well. It will send the once the payment is done, it will send the advice, like message it will send. And we are also giving email IDs to the whatever the email IDs we have provided, it will send the payment advice.
Okay, no, sir. You can add whatever data you want to add, you can add, no problem. This is just one
Okay.
format only.
Oh, okay.
While you are practicing, you no need to give this much of information. Just 2-3 fields or more enough.
Okay. So if I take mobile number, which what is the technical name I have to give? Like FPAYH, LFDNR. Is
Yeah, I
there
will
any?
show you now.
Okay.
Done, guys.
Yeah, done.
Okay, so first we have to prepare this DMA format. So before going to create the DMT, first we have to prepare the DMA format. So this information will give this data will be given by the bank. So already company will maintain all structures. Company will maintain separate Excel sheet. Okay, so from there you can get the get this free. So now we will go and see. So the T code is a okay. The T code is a DMEE. Okay, DME and along with one more E is there, DMEE. So here PAYH is a standard. So in PAYH type tree type only we are going to create the trees. So here you have to remember two things. You can create your own DME tree or else you can copy paste the DME tree. Suppose already one DME tree is there with the name of suppose one G test. This is an old DME tree. Suppose now you want to create one more DME tree, D new. You can get see this is if this data is a common, you can copy the same data from one DME tree to other DME tree. Or else if you want to create the new DME tree, here you have to give the format tree name. This tree name exactly should match with your payment medium. Already we have created the payment medium, right? This is a payment manager DME underscore final. This one and this one both should be equal because you remember, right? In third step we have assigned the same payment medium. So now we are going to create the tree for the same payment medium. This is a very important, guys. This name, don't give any new name here. The format tree, already we have assigned one format tree for payment method W. The same for the same format tree only we are going to create the tree. Is this clear, guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Clear.
if you want to copy, there is a copy option there. Just click on the copy. Just click on the copy. Tree is this is the old one and this is a new one. So from where you want to copy, and this is a target. This is a new one. Once if you click on the copy, automatically the whole data will be come from this tree to this tree. Now I'm not going to copy. I'm going to create the DME tree. So give your new DME tree. Then just click on the create. System will ask what kind of file you are going to download here. Okay. So I'm going to download flat file. I'm not using others. I'm using flat file. So automatically the DME properties screen will be open. So here, before going to create the DME tree, first we have to give the basic information. Okay. So this is our DME tree, DME underscore final. I'm going to give the
Vishnu, this tree type should be PAYM or YH.
PAYM, not YH, guys. Okay, please change that one. Okay. So DME payment method for the payment method W. I'm not, there is no documentation. Documentation means again if you want to add some document data, you can add it here. So we don't have any access to, I mean it will not work to add the data. So just give your format tree and just give the description. You can come down here. There is a field names are there. Okay, just click the source field. So here you can see three tables, FPAYH, FPAYHX. So mostly we are going to use these two tables only. Just click on the FPAYH. Automatically, this is the data. See, I have written some data, right? I have written some table data. Example is a date, FPAYH hyphen LAUFD. It means from this table, I am going to get this field. The field name is the LUFD. Actually, company will provide this information. Okay. Suppose if these fields are not there in this table, ABAPer will add the tables and we can get the data from here. Suppose just control F, date. So you can see here, right? Description is the date on which the program is to be run. So automatically, what is the component?